I think we're live. We live, everyone? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful April 1st, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm starting to have a great day myself. And it is that time of month, everyone. An updated presidential map prediction. No April Fool's jokes this year. I decided, you know what? With it being a pretty tense election year, we are going to have not an April Fool's joke because I think that would be in poor taste. So, yeah, no April Fool jokes this year that I can think of. And, yeah. Now, before we continue with tonight's stream, I hope you enjoy these streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and, of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way to send us is to send a super chat via, well, the chat. Again, folks, I'll try to read through as much of chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered, and we already got a super chat. A Glitch Evie for 5. I have realized that by that error of my ways, we need Marxism with neoconservative foreign policy. Well, that's where the roots of neoconservatism comes from. I think it's Trotsky. A lot of them came from. So, it's not far-fetched to actually say that, but... Alright, so, like usual, we do probability-based predictions. That means safe is over 90% Republican, likely 75-90%, lean, etc. A Glitch Evie for 2. I'm still doing April Fool's jokes. Well, again, I don't want to do any this year because, you know... It just, I think, in poor taste. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying that I don't have something maybe planned this stream. I don't know, but I don't know. Very sad, very sad. LO has been a member for 3 months. Thank you so much, good sir. So, like last time, we are including RFK in this prediction. I think he is pulling high enough at this point to be considered that. Man Milk for 2. Gonna get Fire Emblem, 3 houses to the housing crisis. Huh? I don't know what that means. Prince is writing for 5. I don't know if true, but I saw something on Twitter that RFK is open to an independent debate with Stein, West, and the Libertarian nominee. You know, he might do that. I think RFK is going to have... He's going to try to get on as many debate stages possible. Whatever debate stage, I should say. Whether it's the main one, or if it's these smaller ones. I think he might try to get on anything he can. You know, just to debate with other people. So... yeah. Also, before I forget, Tyrone is on the stream, but, right now he's still trying to wake up. He just woke up like 10 minutes ago, so we're giving him some time to, like, wake up, so don't worry, Tyrone will pull up in a few minutes here and there, so surely he will. Surely he won't just, like, leave. It's a joke on the name Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and the sequel is called The Housing Crisis because house in this name is in the name of the game. Oh. Okay. April Fool's video today, that is stupid. I just didn't want to do one this year because I just think with it being a presidential year, I don't want to have some clickbait where it's like, oh, breaking news, Donald Trump. Actually, I did post something on Twitter, but breaking news. Hold on, we actually got some breaking news. Hold on. Right as I say that, we have breaking news out of the Donald Trump campaign. Hold up. Is this... wait, huh? Hold up, chat. We got some breaking news. Cole Langdon for 10. Is Korean nationalist third party worth if it splits a vote and Dems win for a long time? It would be nice to vote for base people since the GOP is asked, but I don't want Dems winning again. Well, I just think a third party is just not viable right now, but if the Republican Party doesn't change, they might just die out anyways. But we do got breaking news out of the Donald Trump campaign. This is out from the BS News Network. Yeah, that's the real network, right? Breaking from BS News. Donald Trump has officially suspended his campaign and will endorse Chris Christie for president. And he was quoted as saying, "We need to make America big again." The source was bullshit news. Everyone, totally legitimate news. Okay, I had to hype it up a little, but I had to use something for April Fool's. This was a joke I posted on Twitter earlier that Christie was endorsed by Trump, and That's the breaking news, everyone. Chris Christie will be the Republican nominee. Donald Trump has endorsed him. We need to make America big again. So true. Bailey Spangler for 10. Florida will officially have abortion and weed referendums on the ballot in November. They each need 6% to pass. For context, the Ohio and Michigan referendums didn't get 60%. Yeah, I don't think either gets it. Maybe weed, but I don't think abortion does. You know, Florida's way more conservative than, say, Michigan, so we just gotta see. You scared me with that tweet. I heard from a reliable source that Chris Christie's going to pick John Fetterman as his running mate. That is real. But hey, I had to post something, right? I didn't want to do a video this year because it just, with how people are acting lately, you know, thinking everything's real. Hold on. I think Tyrone is back. Is he? Hold on. Okay, you're unmuted. Tyrone is here, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds miserable. But we have breaking news that Donald Trump suspended his campaign and endorsed Chris Christie for president.
What a fucking loser.
It came from the bullshit news network. That's the most reliable source I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's where you get your news, isn't it, white boy?
Boy, what did you say?
That's where you get your news from, isn't it, white boy?
Why do you say it like that?
Because my name is Tyrone. I'm black.
Okay, you gotta chill out. Oh, man. But yeah, Tyrone is here. So we were just talking a little bit. We just got news that there is an actual referendum in Florida with weed and abortion this November. Both be on the ballot in the state.
Oh, sweet. Hookers and weed.
Wait, what does abortion have to do with hookers?
Clearly, you've never knocked a hooker up before.
Okay, you gotta stop. You're going too far. We're not even 10 minutes in, and everyone's saying that Tyrone his update didn't finish correctly.
Oh no! Let me tell you about the nightmare I had. I had a nightmare. I was in downtown Baltimore. I took a nap for an hour and a half, and I had this dream that like there was a really fucking like larger than normal but still normal sized crab following me around, and he was somehow able to run at the speed of a human, and he kept jumping, and he kept like pinching my back,
What?
and he tried to pinch my thumb. He tried to pinch my like thumbs off so I couldn't claim army benefits.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
And after a while, like a second one came. So they started fighting. And like I used the moment over who would chop my thumb off.
Okay, what do you get into at night? What?
And well no, this was what I just woke up from.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. And like they both started fighting each other. So I used my shit kickers to like crush both of them to death.
Your what?
My shit kickers, you know, like steel toe boots.
Oh.
And then sorry, I was getting water. And then I woke up.
That's just
I exacted my revenge on those fucking crabs.
That was the most schizophrenic dream I've heard in a while. Like, why are you doing it in Baltimore? Why are there crabs after you?
That's what I want to know, man. What the fuck did I do to get it to find myself at Baltimore? I hated that city.
Oh, good lord. Okay, so for real, time for an updated presidential map prediction. I have no clue what Tyrone did. I don't know what drugs he's on, but yeah. Stephen Howard for 5. Do you think Trump is more likely to win Arizona or Nevada? I think at this point, maybe Nevada. We'll get to it, but
Nevada, but both are going to float.
We'll get to it, but I think, yeah, Nevada is easier. All right, so let's start the no matter what you do, safe Democrat states. I'm not even going to mention, like, freaking, we're not winning Colorado or Oregon. That's not happening.
Does he know? Does he know, Chad?
Does he know?
Chad, I don't think he knows about what's going to happen in Oregon this year.
Oh, true.
He hasn't been let in on the joke.
Good lord. Okay, of course I'm not. I'm just skipping over this part because we get the point. Again, probability-based prediction. That means If it's safe state, that means it's going to
I
be.
am of the opinion that Texas is going to be a safe red
We'll get
state.
to Texas in a minute, but I'm just doing the ones that everyone can kind of agree with. No matter what you do, these states and districts are going to vote the way they're going to vote. All right. So Trump starts at 149 with Biden at 196. So this prediction, we have to assume that RFK is on the ballot in those states. I think at this point he will.
Yeah, no, he's no, they have RFK nominees knocking on doors in like college towns and like smaller Texas areas. I have a friend who lives on Fredericksburg. I have a friend who lives on Fredericksburg. RFK is doing a massive campaign out in like West and Central Texas to appeal to like ancestral boomers. And you know what they're doing? They're not even appealing with policy. They're literally just saying, I'm JFK's nephew. Put me on the ballot this November."
Vote for me and actually get me on the ballot. See, I think that he will be on the. They're going to try to get him off the ballot, but I do think he's spending so much resources that it's just not going to matter what happens. What they're going to again, the Democrats are going to try to kick him off the ballot. They're going to say that, oh well, that's incorrect signatures or something. They're going to do something like that. But I think we can agree that Trump or RFK will be on the ballot in like every state except maybe like California or something.
Oh, hey, chat. John Willard's here. Laugh at him now.
Lamau, John Willard, Orange Blob be lucky to get 200 electoral votes. That is so real. That is so true.
Yes, Michigan nationalist. I am white. I've been on the record saying that I am ethnically Scottish and Dutch.
Let's see here. Kennedy's running his name. He has nothing substantive. Yeah, but that appeals to boomers, which I do wonder does. Originally, I thought that was going to hurt Trump, but we're seeing a shift with like boomer votes, which I think it's more so the generation just getting older, but the older votes becoming more Democrat. So I do think that RFK is probably hurting Biden way more than I thought.
If he runs a man milk for two, if he runs third party, can Eminem win a Senate
No.
race? No.
He's a meme, but I don't like. Yeah,
He can't. He can't even get his daughter back in court. What the fuck makes you think he can get a Senate seat?
And plus, I don't think he gives a shit to really run for it. It's like
I don't even know what the fuck's happening with Eminem. Why are people saying this is gonna happen?
I don't know because it's kind of a meme like the Oz thing, like oh Oz should run for third party in New Jersey or something. But yeah. All right. So we do got a couple other safe states. I'm gonna say Florida at this point. Can we just put this in safe? I mean,
yeah, I have Texas, Florida, and Ohio as safe.
Yeah, I have Ohio safe too.
Or South
safe Democrat.
Yeah, just the plan. I disagree with New Mexico being safe Democrat, but I do think I think New Mexico is going to be likely Democrat.
Well, again, I'm using probability based. That means like the chance of it going Democrat. I think it's just over 90%. It goes Democrat. That's why I have it safe. I think it's gonna be closer than it was back in 2060. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna happen. But
oh, fair enough. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, I think Texas, Oklahoma, Oklahoma. Sorry, I'm still waking up. I think Texas, Florida, and Ohio are all safe red. I literally do not see a way in any fucking capacity any three of those states remotely shift leftward in the upcoming election.
So yeah, I think with Texas, I don't know.
No, I can explain why.
Yeah, just explain this because you're from Texas. You
I would like to remind people that Trump only lost 0.1% of his vote. Like he went from 51. He went from like 52.1 to 51.1 from 2016 to 2020. The sole reason Democrats made a huge surge was because all the upsetty spaghetti independents who voted for Gary Johnson in 2016 went for Biden. And there is literally not a single poll coming out of this state that is suggesting they are going to go one way to the left. They are actually no, because I straight up think most Texans my father is one of them. He voted for Gary Johnson in 2016. Now, granted, he voted for Trump in 2020. But a lot of the Democrats in the state, or a lot of independents in the state of Texas, I do think are going to go for Trump, if not for the fact that Biden has been so bad, specifically for Texas's oil and gas industry. And
the border.
That, like I said, there's the issues with the border. I've mentioned this when I've talked with, I've talked with my recruiter about joining the Texas Army National Guard. Which, by the way, I should have a ship out date soon on that.
Okay.
And overall, I just there's literally the only place I see shifting leftward in the state of Texas going into the election
I'm saying
is
Austin.
Austin.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Just leave. We got a couple super chats. The voices for two, Trump/Willard 2024. This is how we win bigly. I agree. Sam adds for 5. Abortion weed will be on the ballot in Florida this year. In Florida, ballot measures need 60% to pass. Do they pass? I don't think abortion does. No.
I think weed will pass. I don't think abortion will pass.
Yeah, because people can understand that a bunch of Trump voters support weed, like the minimum wage stuff. That's what happened in 2020, I think. They had a big referendum in Florida for minimum wage, and it passed by like 30 points. So
yeah,
a bunch of Republicans support increases on minimum wage.
yeah, they're like Florida is fucking gone for the Democrats. That's not a question. I think Ohio is safe. Like the one that I think is going to be the biggest question mark is Texas, but literally every poll has Trump dominating by like 10 or 11 points.
Yeah, I can actually
Cruz
pull this
also
up.
winning by safe margins. I'm sorry, Texas is going to be safe red, like just straight up. Not even in terms of the probability polling. I literally just mean like
Yeah, I think it does
Texas
better
is
in
going to be
2016.
safe margins. Texas is going to go 11 points at least.
Yeah, I think we're at a point now where the shift we've been seeing in Texas, I think it's kind of like halting, except for Austin. Austin's a
I'm sorry, people were touting about how oh like all the Californians coming in that's going to be like that's the buck stops there, buddy. The buck stops in Austin, and I mean I've seen literally zero evidence. I mean, if anything, we've seen all evidence to the contrary with the fact that Hispanic. Like, there's no way you could, with a serious face, claim a state is shifting to the left when one sorry, hold on. I'm managing an army template in Vic too. One, your Hispanic population is rapidly shifting rightward. Two, your white population overall is shifting rightward, or at like in a worst case, remains stagnantly mildly Republican.
yeah.
And 3, you have a declining black population overall, which is the biggest voting bloc for Democrats in the state, especially in areas like the Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth metros, and East Texas.
That's a big problem for Democrats. Okay, yeah, they might do better in some of these like suburbs around like Dallas, but at some point, it's like they're gonna max out. And we saw what happened in 2022. Greg Abbott somehow did like 20 points better than Trump in the rural parts of the state. You know, it's like
yeah, no, like I think that we have hit the ceiling in 2018 and 2022. I think that in 2018 and 2020, we saw what the ceiling for Democrats were, and 2022 just confirmed that in a lot of areas of like suburban Dallas and Houston. We don't know what the ceiling in Austin is yet, but we know what the ceiling is in every other major city, and they're starting to shift rightward, especially with like local elections.
Yeah, like look at Houston. I mean, they almost won that. They should have won that judge election, but I'm not gonna get into that one. Man Milk for 2. Dems had their shot in 2018. They failed the end. Yeah, 2018 was their shot. If they would have won it then,
was their shot. Beto was the second. Beto was the white Irish Hispanic coming of Obama, and he floundered like a fucking wet fish on dry land.
He came close, to be clear. He almost won, but
yeah, he came close. But that was because people are like, "Oh, Beto is like
the blue dog."
Like I'm convinced the sole reason Beto did as well as he did was because he's moderately good looking.
Yeah, and plus people see him as like, oh, that guy is not going to take away our guns. Then, yeah. We all know what happened at the debate stage.
Yeah, we're taking your AR-15.
Sam Hats for 5. My hot take is that Miami-Dade will vote to the right of the state on both issues. Maybe, I don't know about that one. You know, Miami-Dade, like, it's become more Republican, but still fairly Democrat.
I also have another hot take with Texas, I think. I think that Houston is going to be within 10, and I think San Antonio is going to be within 10 as well.
Yeah, I think the big problem for Democrats, like, the whole plan was they had to run it up in Houston, Dallas, and Austin, and San Antonio, I guess. But, like, the big 3, and right now they hit a ceiling in Houston. Dallas, it looks like they're starting to get to that point. Austin, who freaking knows?
They've already hit a ceiling in multiple Dallas.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, there's like place like Denton, you could still get more Democrat, but
yeah, didn't like when you talk about major ones like Frisco or Plano, no, they have hit a ceiling. I'm sorry, that they have hit a ceiling.
And plus, this doesn't include like what's happening in the rest of the state, especially southern Texas and El Paso. There's stuff like that where yeah, it's not gonna when you do the like yeah, probably Austin's bigger than that, but
Yeah, Austin is big, but Austin, I'm not gonna say I think we've hit a ceiling in Austin, but because Austin is still definitely growing. But I do think that Democrats are close to like maxing out in Austin.
yeah. And plus,
Um,
San Antonio's bigger than Austin,
so
right?
yes, so like overall, the only room for improvement Democrats have in Texas is Austin, and I think that Austin is going to come to a halt within the next 6 years, probably 4 years realistically.
Yeah,
By
because
2028, we might see the trends reverse. The rurals are like look, the rurals are continuing to max out. No one thought we could max out Texas rurals post Bush, but Trump's done an amazing fucking
then
job at
Abbott
that.
did that last year. That was freaking
Yeah, and Abbott,
nuts.
yeah, no, Abbott did that. He was fucking Abbott's a juggernaut electorally somehow.
Somehow, he rolled the victory.
Independents have an all-time negative disapproval of Biden, while they're also starting to warm up to Trump again. If not outright, most Texas conservative independents are saying they're voting for Trump because Biden was so fucking bad. Or Texas libertarians, those with common sense,
Let's
because
see here.
we all know that's something that's missing with
Um,
libertarian
well, we'll
sense.
move on from Texas, but someone brought up rap. I heard that Austin is losing population. Are they?
It is get me out of here. I'm so fucking ready
So
to
yeah, I
enlist
think the
in
city
the
itself's losing
conversation.
people,
Holy
right?
shit. Oh yeah, no, like ever since the abortion referendum passed, everyone's been fucking leaving. Which by the way, I fucking said this would happen, so Tyrone via chat.
Yeah, Tyrone W. Yeah, so the abortion stuff's one of the biggest reasons that they're just leaving. They're Colorado's a sacrificial lamb again. Sorry for yeet and stuff over there, but yeah, your state's done. Good luck.
But yeah, to wrap up what I was saying with Texas, the only room for they have for improvement in Texas that Democrats do, like the only room they have for improvement at this point is Austin, and Austin is starting to show that it's slowing down, whereas Republicans are making headway in every urban, suburban, and rural area in the state, outside like a couple select smaller suburbs of like Dallas, Fort Worth. So yeah, no, I see no way that this election goes like I see no way that Trump doesn't get at least 55 to 56% of the vote in Texas,
That's the hot take.
especially with like all of the disgruntled Democrats potentially going for RFK.
Sam Madsen for 5. Abortion will also be on the ballot in Missouri and Nebraska. Can either of those not pass? Well, it depends what the abortion question is. Missouri and Nebraska are way more conservative culturally than Ohio.
I mean, like Missouri's got a very strong pro-life culture. The one that I'm not going to say worries me, but the one that I'm more hesitant to say is going to work out is Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska is
Because,
definitely
with Nebraska,
like Omaha.
Yeah, not only do we have Omaha, but there's this guy. I don't know if you've heard of him. His name's Don Bacon.
Yeah, Don, like, you got clown. That's a Don Bacon Republican. That's Nebraska. That's a problem. All right. So enough of Texas stuff. I do actually agree with
sorry,
you.
I did suck up the wind in the
No,
room.
it's fine. It's fine. But like, no, it's actually important people understand that doesn't mean that it couldn't shift left in like a couple years. But I think we're starting to reach that point of okay, we saw what the ceiling was for Democrats. Can they replicate that again? I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
I don't believe so.
All right, I want to start with how about New Hampshire? Let's start with Maine and work our way around the clock.
I think that it's going to be likely Democrat.
I agree.
In terms of the hey, what's up, Real Tex?
Real Texas Politics is joined right after the Texas rant.
Yeah, no, did you missed it? Like, I went into a rant about why, like, there's literally no factor outside of Austin that could help Democrats in 2024. But yeah, back to Maine. I think it's gonna be like 75% going to the Democrats, just because of the fact that like I don't see Democrats getting punished for the shit that they've been doing.
Well, I think the one
And
Democrat.
Angus King is also on the ballot.
Well,
So.
I think what the one Democrat that goes down, I think, is Golden. I think he
Oh
screwed
yeah.
himself.
Oh, I'm talking about like a presidential level.
Yeah, I think the problem
On
with
national
Maine.
level, yeah, I think Golden's fucked.
Yeah, I think Golden he went way too far in the. Again, I understand why he did that because that was his hometown and stuff, but he screwed himself electorally what he did. But yeah, I think the state of Maine. Oh, who said something?
Has RFK made the ballot in Maine yet?
I don't think it's that difficult. That's one of those states where it's just, I think, a couple hundred. Because Maine, that's the one thing though. I think the big question about Maine is definitely RFK, but I don't remember if the ranked choice voting applies to president or not. Because that's where it becomes a problem, I think. Because I think that was a big lawsuit a couple years ago about that. So.
Oh, did y'all talk about the Florida referendums when you guys?
Yeah,
We
so-
talked about that. Yeah, you missed
so
it.
essentially they're gonna be on the ballot this year. I don't think either passes.
I think the weed one might.
might.
Abortion one won't.
You need 60%, so
Right.
that's why I think weed's gonna pass. But
yeah, the presidential race, and yeah, no, I just looked it up. Maine is using ranked choice voting.
Yeah, that's a
for
problem.
The presidential
So
race.
even if RK's on the ballot, those voters are gonna well, maybe some of them just don't vote, but you gotta see.
It probably depends on which. I don't know if it's like the DeSimps voting, which there probably aren't very many of them, but
not in Maine, no.
Yeah. And what were you saying about Texas in your rant?
So he basically said that Austin's the only place Democrats can gain more.
I said that there's literally no way Democrats can even get close to not seeing a massive shift in Texas, down to the fact that white voters have stabilized, trending Republican. Hispanic voters have stabilized, trending Republican. The black population is actively shrinking in the state of Texas, and Abbott maxed out fucking everything in 2022, and I don't even know if I maxed out.
I kind of agree, although do you think increased immigration into a lot of these suburbs could offset some of that?
No, because I think we've seen the Democrats hit their roof, and a lot
of Democrats are leaving anyways, so it could cancel it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
What little effect it will is automatically negated by every other factor just being way more overwhelming.
Sam adds for fine. Dems were going to put gun control on the ballot in Missouri, but they gave up after their internal polling showed them getting crushed. Yeah, that's just political suicide. And even for a deep red state like Missouri? You freaking kidding me? It can't pass in Maine. What do you think's going to happen in Missouri? Right, guy 12.
No, it's gonna.
It's like putting a ballot in Texas.
I trust Missouri.
Yeah. Right guy 1218 for 5. I've seen more Texas plates in Oregon, which means there might be Dems leaving Texas. Yeah, I think there are. There are a bunch of Dems leaving Texas, I believe. What was it out of Austin? There was 20,000, I think it was, last year? The city itself.
Oh yeah, no, people are leaving Austin. Austin's gonna get really hard.
I think the city of Austin might be maxed out, but which is weird. It was so close to getting 1 million. It might still have 1 million people now, but
the problem is starting to shrink. That's gonna be a problem for Dems.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing where it's yeah, if you do better in the suburbs, but at some point it's okay, we saw what happened with Dallas and Houston. They did max out.
All right, we already spent enough talking about Texas. Let's get back to
Screw Texas. I'm kidding. Don't hurt me.
All right,
some guy's asking about how we feel about Bexar County.
I think it stagnates.
Probably so.
That's where San Antonio is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it stagnates.
It's stagnant, if not slightly Republican trending. Anyway, back to Maine. Yeah, no, ranked choice voting does apply. I checked.
Yeah, so that's gonna, unless there's a big gun backlash against Biden, that's the only way I could see it flipping. Something crazy like that. But New Hampshire, I might make this safe. We're gonna open the state.
I don't believe. I think New Hampshire's going to shift left.
I don't put it as safe. I think RFK just made the ballot there, so that could have an effect.
That is true. He is on the ballot. Here's the problem with New Hampshire. The funny thing is, it's one of those states where there are more Republicans registered here. The problem is the independents are, they're some of those left-leaning in the country. That's the big problem with New Hampshire. They're left-leaning libertarians, so...
I mean, they could vote for RFK.
That is true. Like, the RFK being on the ballot could script a lot of things, but the problem is, I think it just cancels out with New Hampshire how it's shifting. A lot of people from like Boston.
I guess you
there.
could also see with like the Haley voters voting for Biden, which they
Yeah.
will.
I think it just like balances out at the end of the day.
Probably like, I don't know, Biden plus 5 or
Yeah,
so.
I say so. Jericho Max for 5. Can't wait to see RFK Jr. versus Trump debate since Biden likely would show up due to the threats to democracy. Yeah, I do wonder if he doesn't show up. I mean,
that
did
would
you
be
see him
fucking
today?
fun.
Did you hear what he said about the transgender stuff? Again, for those that don't know, he declared like Easter was the day of transgender visibility and crap.
Trans Day of Visibility.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Hear what he said today? I never signed an order like that.
Yeah, no, they're trying to backpedal as much as they can because they know that if they admit to that shit, like, especially with fucking Hispanic voters.
Oh no, like there was a bunch of Catholic. Again, I'm a Catholic, so I know a little bit about this. A lot of Catholics are not happy right now. Even like Democrats, they're not happy at all with that because like just don't say
Catholics are
anything
not
about
happy
it.
with this source. I'm Catholic.
Well, I know a bunch of Catholics, but a bunch of voted Democrat. But either way, it's like you see there is going to be a backlash against Biden for this among his Catholics. I don't think they're going to vote for. Some might not vote for Trump. I just think there's going to be some backlash for what he did because you can't just.
Someone mentioned RFK debates. I don't even know if RFK even makes a debate by that point.
He might, but that's like a 20% chance right now.
They always lose support.
Yeah.
Towards the.
Unless like Biden completely collapses, maybe something crazy happens like that. But yeah, I think there is going to be a big Catholic backlash against Biden for what he pulled. Because, like, you don't have to say anything about it. And these people are saying, well, oh, this has been a thing for 13 years. The difference is no president has declared it for that day. Just don't say anything. How many days do they get a year? 145? Was that what it was?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, that's nuts.
They need half the year to compensate for the fact that they're not gonna last.
Okay.
More than half their life.
Oh man, a glitch Evie for 2. Did Biden not see the optics of that? I don't think he knows what's happening. I legit don't think he knows because he even admitted.
All right. I hate to like be the guy, but like I want us to continue talking about.
Well, no, I'm just. Either way, point is that I don't think Biden knows what's happening. I think that's not really the biggest surprise.
Anyway.
Virginia.
That's likely.
Yeah, I agree. I
disagree.
What?
I disagree.
I mean, it probably could be safe, but
no, I think it's going to be lean. Not lean as in the election margin, but as in like within what we like consider here rap. I think it will be
That's a hot take. That is. I just don't see that because the problem with Virginia is like I think it's going to shift right a little bit, but I don't know how you overcome the deficit in Fairfax and Loudoun County. I just don't know how you do that. I don't know. Trust the plan, but I just think it's going to shift right a little bit. But I think in a best case scenario, Trump could win the state, but we just got to see what happens. North Carolina, I'm just going to say likely Republican.
Safe Republican. Sorry, there's no fucking way in hell Democrats are flipping North Carolina, and there's no way that they make any sort of progress there. I think that their statewide candidates are not dead on arrival, but like they've really faced an uphill battle.
Well, and people gotta understand that, again, just because I'm not saying Trump's gonna win by 12 or something, but like the problem with Democrats, they've invested so much money into the state ever since 2008. This has been we're going to win North Carolina this time. This is the cope for Democrats. And ever since then, it's become more Republican. Every single year. So, I just don't see how it flips this time. If it didn't flip in 2020, what's going to make it flip now?
Magic and gay sex.
Reverse coattails or whatever the fuck, I don't know.
Wait, what?
Reverse coattails, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the new cope is like Mark Robinson being so unpopular is going to cause reverse coattails.
Which is not even non-existent, but I mean, reverse coattails, that might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard because the dumbest people I know of are coming up with it.
Yeah, I mean, well, Again, if we would have saw this, we would have saw Trump lose Arizona in 2016 because what was the sheriff's name again? From Maricopa. He was a Republican.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He lost by like 5, and Trump won the county by 4. It's like the reverse coattails crap doesn't exist. Not high enough numbers, especially in a state that Republicans are gaining registration by in the thousands. If it wasn't for Florida,
there's gonna be Trump-stein voters because there are some Republicans that just they think Mark's going too far, which I don't understand because they can tolerate Trump, but they can't tolerate Robinson.
I don't know, but I think that Robinson's gonna pull it off. I just think that some of these polls
just because they're racist, clearly.
I don't think that's what it is. I just think it's
No, they hate black people and love Jews.
Oh, Lord.
All
right. Georgia. This is
I'm Republican.
Yeah,
you could make an argument for likely, but not safe or tilt.
Here's the problem for Democrats in the state. Like, let me pull up the current polling. Georgia. The recent polls have Trump +3, Trump +5, +4, +7, +7, +3. Yeah, so the past month, he's been leading of upwards of 7 points in the state. But he's still been leading. Even the polls he was, not winning by as much.
His polling average in Georgia right now is higher than his polling average was in 2016. There's no way that Democrats can deal with that.
And plus with Georgia, it's the one state that if we see a big shift among African Americans or they just don't vote, that's gonna screw Biden. That's his entire reason he won it back in 2020. I had to do that because what came out today. But point is, either way,
what happened with Georgia? Look, we can talk about fraud on
YouTube.
What happened?
No, we're not getting into that. No, I think I saw something like there is an election official that admitted something like they made a mistake or something. But it doesn't matter. Point is, who freaking knows? All right, we're in 2024. Move on. But point is,
Biden won it because of Queen Stacey.
Yeah, she proceeds to lose by what, 8, 10?
Yep.
Let's see here. Robinson outperformed Trump, but secretly there is a ticket split in North Carolina. No Robinson. Well, there will be ticket splitting, but yeah, Robinson outperformed Trump by like 2, but there's a secret backlash to Trump because of it. Surely. Charlie Howard for 5. North Carolina is a ticket splitting state to be sure, but I think Robinson will win in the end. I think Mark Robinson pulls it off just because Trump's going to win the state by a good amount. All right.
Yeah.
Arizona. Oh, boy.
Arizona, I don't think Arizona is going to shift to the right of Georgia, but I don't think that it's going to be to the left of any of the Midwestern states, if that makes sense.
Well,
so I would say that a conservative estimate would be lean Arizona.
I'm saying tilt. I'm just not.
I'm
not trusting it.
I know you don't trust it, but the polling says that Trump's lead is higher in Arizona than it was in 2016.
I understand the polling, but like sometimes you just get that gut feeling like, okay.
My gut says that we're going to win, and I think my gut's bigger and better than yours.
Good Lord. But let's see here. Sam Matz for 5. The Republican incumbent in the tipping point seat in the Wisconsin Assembly just said he's retiring. It seems like we just can't catch a break. I saw that. It's not good.
What happened? Say that again.
The Republican incumbent in one of the swing districts that keep the assembly, Wisconsin, he retired. So.
Incredible. Republicans not for their own party into danger challenge.
We just got to see, though, what happens. We're still we're still, 6 months out? And the Wisconsin Republican Party know what they're doing. So we just got to see. But yeah, I think with Arizona, the problem is just there's so many freaking Democrats from California, and they're just bringing their voting habits. It's not like with Texas where some of them are actual Republicans. They're like 90% Democrat. And plus, Hispanics there are way more left-leaning than, say, Texas or Florida. That's why I think it's going to be a lot closer than the 2 other states. But I understand, like, what you're saying, like, the polling has them up by, like, 3 to 4. I just can't see that happening right now. You know what I'm saying, though? It's like he lost.
Okay, you've been talking to Ye too much. I can tell.
Huh?
Because he's notorious. He's a notorious doomer.
Well, not just doomer. I'm just like trying to be like, okay, The one state I'm not confident in is Arizona. I just don't think it's going to look good for us this cycle. That's all I'm saying. I just think it's a one state that has the McCain Republican combined with far left Hispanics and Democrats from California. It's not Texas.
Katie Hobbs is also at an approval all-time low.
Yeah, again, I understand that. I think Trump still wins it, but it won't be as much as the polls have it as. It's going to tighten a lot, I think. Let's see here. Because Orange Man bad. Well, yeah, it's a McCain Republican. That's why I'm a bit worried about the state. These clowns, they're going to vote for Ruben Gallego over Carrie Lake.
I doubt that.
No, it's not looking good. That's what I'm going to say. But based on the polling, same polls. The same polls is showing the same thing. There's a bunch of McCain Republicans are voting for Gallego. And that's these people in a nutshell. They're the ones that say we need principles and votes for a far left progressive because Carrie Lake bad. All right.
We'll see. That's for sure.
Yeah. What about Nevada?
Lean Republican.
I agree. I've been saying it for a while.
There's not much to talk about with Nevada. It's the Republican effect. It'll shift, but I don't think it's going to be like this world-shattering shift. It's just going to be enough for Trump to eke out like a 1 or 2 point victory.
Here's my hot take of the election. Remember we saw in Miami-Dade in 2020?
Yeah.
I think we see something similar to that in Las Vegas. Not the same, not a 20-point shift, but I think we see a pretty sizable shift in Las Vegas cycle. That's why I think it does it for Trump. Like a 6-point shift or something. But for Nevada standards, that gets Trump an easy victory. I really believe that. I think he does run it up in Las Vegas this time. So, again, that doesn't mean a 30-point shift like Miami-Dade, but you get the point. Let's see. Arizona will vote for Mao Zedong because he has memorials. Yeah, that's the McCain voter nutshell. They vote for Mao. Oh, man, I can't believe that's even real. But they would. They're going to vote for Ruben Gallego. A significant amount of McCain Republicans will say they'll vote for Democrats, but will either vote Republican or not vote. Gallego's margin is inflated, but I still think he's favored. I don't think it is.
I agree with that post.
I don't, but we have disagreements. We're not supposed to agree on everything.
Actually, you're supposed to agree with me or you're stupid.
Thank you. All right. So anyways, Nebraska second. That's Don Bacon's seat. Yeah, I'm going to say likely Dem. I am not letting
Hello, Yay.
And you actually joined.
We start doing on Arizona and Yay joins.
I hate that state so much.
The McCain Republican. That's my reason.
Fucking hate Arizona Republicans so much.
So true.
Dude, don't you have class?
In about 15 minutes, yeah. I'm just outside on just chilling out.
Yeah, no, we were so to give you a rundown, we said there's no way that and Republicans are winning New Hampshire. We said that there's no fucking way any voting trends in Texas help Democrats. Except Austin, but Austin, just fucking negated by everything. And as a result, Texas is just safe Republican. We were also talking about how Arizona is. Rap does not trust Arizona because McCain Republican.
I don't either.
Voted for Gallego.
I don't trust.
Or Gallego, not Gallego. Fuck.
I barely trust them to vote for Trump, honestly, let alone vote for Lake.
Yeah, I just don't trust them. That's why. They're the same people that would screw you over and then vote for far left progressive that complain about it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. For some reason, the Phoenix Heat, it just makes them all fucking idiots, and they don't know what they're doing.
Well, they worship John McCain, and then they say Trump voters are a cult. It's like, yeah, sure, buddy, sure. You have a John McCain shrine in your basement somewhere. Half the people do, by the way. I'm not even kidding when I say that. They have, McCain shrines. It's nuts.
They have McCain shrines. Every Arizonian in their basement, they have a picture of John McCain head out, and they have an altar, and they have some candles,
right.
and
most McCain voters are old, so it's better to go after Hispanics.
They pretend that their arms, they pretend that their left arm is not working. It's weird. It's bizarre. I don't understand Phoenix Republicans.
All right, okay, Minnesota. How do you guys feel about that one?
Safe Democrat.
I'd say lean.
I'm gonna say
Senate.
likely.
Senate is safe.
President.
Oh, yeah, no, lean.
I say
Anybody?
likely.
Okay, I think people I think that Virginia and Minnesota should be the same rating. So either it's likely
Well, it's
Republican
likely. I have
or
Republican.
it's either Democrat. It's either likely Democrat, it's lean Democrat, or it's safe Democrat.
I both is likely.
I consider both Arizona or not Arizona. I consider both Virginia and Minnesota to be basically the same thing. I don't really see a way in which you lose one but win the other, frankly.
There's a 3-point partisan gap between the two states. It's been a pretty consistent 3 or 4 point gap. I don't think that changes this year.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
So
likely.
there's definitely a chance that Biden wins Minnesota by 3.5 or 4 points, and he only wins Michigan. He wins Virginia by like 7.
I understand,
That's
but we're doing probability, like 75%. I think Minnesota goes Democrat. That's what we do. But yeah, March, I think it's gonna be like 3 or 4 points for Biden.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, all of that is a good point, but ever since 2020, Virginia elections have been consistently more rightward trending than Minnesota by more than 3 points, mind you. The fact that they were able to perform dead even at what should have been a D+8 year there is pretty fucking good. And that was an off year, so I'm trusting Virginia Republicans and I'm trusting Governor Glenn Youngkin.
Let's see here. Rye Guy 1218 for 5. Not gonna lie, I'm pissed about Arizona's leftist trends, and I almost moved there a few years ago. This is coming from someone from a deep blue state like Oregon. Yeah, Arizona was a state that it seemed nice at first, but now just McCain Republicans run everything.
I think that Virginia and Minnesota are both likely Democrat.
I'm saying likely Democrat for me too. Yeah. Dustin Carter for 2. Will Nevada be the new Republican Western state over Arizona? Yes. I think it will be.
Yeah.
That could replace Utah long term.
Utah is just Utah.
Utah's not
still going to be
anywhere.
I'll say Utah's still going to be pretty safe Republican for decades.
Yeah, no, the issue with Utah Republicans is that they're just really fucking gay.
Yeah, it's the Mormon vote.
Which is stupid because Mormons are like one of the most socially conservative demographics, but like politically they're just really fucking awful.
I don't get that. Like, are they just like
because they don't want to offend people. That's what it is. They just don't want to offend.
Yeah, you got friggin' governor pronouns over there. Friggin' got the funny last name. It's like, yeah, that's
They're the second most conservative religious demographic outside of fucking Jehovah's Witnesses, and I don't know. And they're still they're not good politically, but they vote Republican pretty hard, so I can't really complain.
Bro, when Jehovah's Witnesses are more useful than freaking, that's just sad. You know you've effed up if that's the case. Something wrong. Sam Mats for 2. That 10-point seat in Wisconsin is Trump plus 0.7. Oh, if that's the case, Republicans win that. Republicans down ballot do way better in Wisconsin. Especially like districts in Madison. So, around Madison, I should say.
Wait, so what are we rating Wisconsin?
Okay, well, speaking of Wisconsin, I live here, obviously. I think it's going to be lean Republican.
I think it's lean Republican, too, yeah.
Wisconsin. Okay, Wisconsin, Michigan are lean. Pennsylvania's tilt. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, Wisconsin. The problem with Democrats is they only got freaking Milwaukee and Madison, and if Milwaukee takes like a 2-point shift to the right, they're screwed, or if turnout drops slightly, and RFK be on the ballot here more than likely. Is that just like good luck? Because a lot of Madison voters are going to vote for RFK. So you're screwed either way. Either Milwaukee has a big dip in turnout, or Dane has the same thing, and RFK's on the ballot. So I think either way.
And Stein isn't the Green?
Yeah, Green Party's
isn't
on the
the Green Party on the ballot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, that's one state where you combine Jill Stein, RFK. You combine the fact that Biden needs turnout in Milwaukee and Madison, and they're not going to vote the cycle. Compared to
the thing with Wisconsin, if you get enough of that watermelon, if you get enough of the watermelon cults in Madison to stay home, Trump's gonna win.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, that's the Palestine voter, the ones that care about Palestine.
Oh, I thought he was referring to an entirely different demographic there.
Okay.
He said Madison. It's like it's 80% white, 90% white.
Yeah, these are the white. These are like the white people. They're all gay and they all support Palestine.
Yeah, it's like LGBT for Palestine.
That's literally That's literally the Palestine people. They're either Muslim or they're gay or trans, and there's no in between.
Yeah, just good luck. Good luck. Go move there. Surely nothing bad will happen. Sam Mats for 2. Trump plus 0.7, Evers plus 3.6, Johnson plus 1.7. Yeah, so I think Trump's gonna pull it off this cycle. Dustin Carter for 2. What margin is Georgia? I missed, I think 3 to 5. I think 2 to 4. You know, something like that. 2 to 4, I think. All right, Michigan. This one's definitely the
Michigan.
What's wrong with Michigan?
No, it's the Nikocado clip.
Oh, good lord. Let's see. Alex Cook for 2 pounds. Wisconsin without Lake. D plus 1 with Lake. R plus 20. Huh?
What?
With Lake?
Schizophrenia incarnate
I
on that stream. Anyway,
well,
Michigan.
Carrie Lake. Oh yeah, I get it. It's Carrie Lake. It's a meme. But yeah, Michigan. This one's hard for me to predict.
Leonor.
Here's what I will say about this. I've always been under the impression that this is the one state in the Rust Belt that could be like Ohio one year, has like a huge shift to the right. It just the demographics of Ohio, Michigan. You would think that would happen eventually, but the way it's occurring was not how I envisioned it.
It's literally ground zero for the Palestine cult.
Yeah, and a lot of these voters, they're saying screw you to Biden. We're not going to vote. I mean, what percent of Michigan's Muslim? Is it like 3%?
Probably.
Or 2 to 3. Either way, it's like his entire margin of victory.
It's not even just the Muslims, it's the college students.
Yeah, you got Ann Arbor there. You got all the big universities.
Lansing.
Yeah, Lansing. So you combine all of that, I still think it's. I just want to see if the third parties get on the ballot here, but I think it's tilt Republican. I just want to see the third parties first.
Okay, fair enough.
Because if the third parties are on the ticket, yeah, I think Trump's got it. That might be more Republican than Wisconsin, but if they're not, that's gonna be tricky. Let's see. What if the October surprise of China invading Taiwan and the economy collapsed into depression? How would that affect the election? Trump would win easy. If China
At that point, Trump probably wins Minnesota.
Yeah, he would. You know, you're talking about Republicans having probably like 58 Senate seats at that point, because Biden's entire what's left of his approval rating is basically George Bush territory. Like one final F up, it's gonna go below Bush. So
it's like the Osama bin Laden video from 2004, basically.
Yeah. Except for instead of helping the incumbent, it hurts the incumbent.
Right.
Because that's what saved Bush. People forget about that one. I mean, he had what happened in 9/11. He had a 90% approval. He nearly lost. People forget about that. If it was for the Osama bin Laden video, he would have lost the Gary. Oh, man. Sandwich man for 2. Colorado 4th District has Boebert down by 7. Yikes. That poll had like 80% undecided or whatever.
It's a poll being used by the Democrat candidate to basically become a celebrity, and he's going to be one, so...
Yeah, so I don't believe that poll. You know, it's like
he's
a 30-point shift.
He's going to be... He's replacing Adam Frisch.
Yeah. It's Adam Frisch, but instead of Colorado 3rd, it's Colorado 4th. That's what it comes down to.
Adam Frisch is done now that he doesn't have that boogeyman to run against.
Oh, Boebert bad. Rap, what would the map look like if Biden says the N-word? I don't think that really changes much. I really don't. I don't think it really changed anything.
I mean, in a joking manner, he wins the whole South, but
realistically, it might help like make him do worse in like Michigan and Pennsylvania. Maybe like a point, but
you know, I think Democrats would just defend it, saying like, "Oh, Trump's the real racist."
Yeah, it'd be something like that. All right, Pennsylvania.
Tilt.
Here's my problem with Pennsylvania. Outside of the northeastern part of the state and parts of the western half, Republicans are running out of room here in the state. You know, that's my big concern with the state going forward, you know. And the thing that may save Trump is, again, if Biden does horrific with African Americans, especially in Pennsylvania with Philadelphia, Yeah, that could be his Achilles heel. So I'm gonna say Tilt R. I actually do agree with you guys on that one, but that's like a borderline toss-up, I would say. Maybe Tilt D. I don't know.
If Trump only wins it by like 500 votes, maybe that can help him get their act together, or probably not. Actually,
I don't know.
It's not 2000 anymore. They'll still count slow because democracy.
Yeah, democracy. I'm actually, we'll see what chat has to say. What will, hold on. How will PA vote? Tilt D, Tilt R. I'm curious what chat has to say.
I think Arizona has a higher chance of going Republican than Arizona.
Thank you. Arizona has a higher chance of going Republican.
Pennsylvania. Arizona has a higher chance of going Republican than Pennsylvania.
Okay, I'm doing a poll right now. 60% say Tilt R right now. Now it's 50-50. I don't know. The thing with Pennsylvania is I think the Republican Party there's just incompetent. What might save them is the automatic voter registration stuff, but
I think it actually is helping them.
Yeah, it is. I think it's like a 10,000 vote gap now. Like each day or each month, I should say. So, Rap, as a Catholic, what do you think of Trump selling Bibles? Honestly, I don't get why people are offended by it. He's promoting the Bible. So what?
He's compared himself to Jesus, so we have to vote for Brandon, even though we're.
Go look at the website. None of the money's going to Trump's campaign, I believe. It's going to like some charity or something. So I don't freaking get what the problem is. And even then, it's like, okay, that's a good thing that he's selling Bibles, like, or promoting it, because more people should look at religion in that manner. Glitch Evie for 5. What if Biden insults a debate moderator and says the N-word and it's a massive racial rant? Okay, now that's the Democrats win the South. Easy. Safe Democrat.
Yep, voted for Biden, sorry.
No, but for real, I think it would like disgruntle African Americans way more than originally expected. Let's see here. Joe Biden is hated by Hispanics, blacks, and Asians. Yeah, the only people that like him are white old boomers. That's his entire base left. That still like him for no reason. Which I don't get. You know, why is it that one group? It's white old boomers. That the only group that like him still. From every poll we got.
Because Clinton and Obama.
Because he's a moderate.
Moderate. Respectable unifier.
They're probably nostalgic for like his old Senate days or something, or I don't know. Or actually, it's probably just because of foreign policy. Because they still worship Reagan, so...
Yeah, well, like I've said many times, the boomer generation is the most pathetic in history. They're not the good generation. They're the generation that had everything, they squandered it. So...
Sure.
Let's see here. Alex Cook for 2. Barron Trump / Lake 2028. Real. Or 2048. That's real. Printer Rider for 2. Just got back. I have New Mexico as tilt / lean Democrat. I just don't see them. I think it's safe. I don't know. Alex Cook for 2 pounds. Donate my life savings. Big fan. Keep it up, Lake 2024. Thank you very much, good sir. But yeah, I think the boomer generation, again, not every boomer's like this, but this is the generation that protested over the draft and stuff. They were the ones that refused to go to war and stuff, and then, but the second they got too old to serve, then they supported having wars across the world. That's that generation in a nutshell. They were.
There's only...
What?
The only word that can describe it is narcissism.
Yeah, I mean, that's not
like I said. It's Reagan. It's the Reagan stuff. That's why they're doing it.
They don't want to serve. They're saying, "Oh, this is a worthless war." The second they become old enough, oh, actually, we want war across the world. We want everything. We want death and destruction across everything. That generation had everything. They grew up in one of the best eras in American history. It wasn't perfect, obviously, but it was the golden age, and they squandered it, completely wasted it. All right, let's see. We must liberate the oil using your kids.
So true.
Yeah. No way. Are the boomers who support Vietnam and oppose Iraq the same people? No. Boomers are the ones that opposed Vietnam and supported Iraq. They did. Go look. That's a generation that in the polling supported it. Go look it up. It's just nuts.
Oh, bombing yellow kids is bad, but bombing brown kids is perfectly fine.
Yeah, That's the boomer philosophy. I don't get it.
Based racist boomers.
I just think the boomers, like, it all comes down to, like you said, narcissism. Alex Cook for £5. I want to become a billionaire so I can donate it all to Carrie Lake's campaign. I don't think that's legal. Imagine growing up in a post-World War II America and fucking it up. Yeah. Again, it wasn't perfect. There are obviously problems, but, like, you had everything. You had the most stable America's ever been. Again, there was problems. Not saying it was perfect, but you just had it. Yeah, it's not fun. The Sandwich Man for 2. Did you see the poll where Trump beats Michelle by 3? I did see that. Kind of funny that he's doing better against Michelle Obama. Which I never thought that Michelle Obama was going to run, but she's obviously not now, but...
Big Mike.
What? Big
Mike.
Rap, was the Vietnam War a justified war to fight in? I don't think so. The way we got involved in it, no.
I mean, maybe under, like, Eisenhower's proposal, it probably would have been.
Well, Eisenhower, I'm not talking about what it turned into. Like, what de-evolved into. Like, not the original intention. Like, no, what happened in the 60s, no. That's bad. The problems back then are nothing compared to problems now. I think JFK's death was a nail in the coffin. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, Rap, I'm working with Washington GOP, and we are actually seeing really good trends here in Washington. We have a historically weak Democratic governor candidate and a good GOP candidate. Yeah, you have that former, like, moderate congressman, I believe, for the Republican side. He's well-liked.
Former moderate congressman.
Oh, no, he is. He was a moderate dude. Dave Reichert, I think his name is?
He was moderate, but then he wasn't. Now he's a MAGA Nazi fascist.
Well, no, yeah, they're gonna use that, but like he's a moderate dude. He's well liked in King County, I believe, he was a sheriff from. So, hey, Rap, what if Biden says the same story that David Trone got thrown in trouble for? I don't think.
No one care.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt Trone because it just gave the reason for the Black Caucus to support his opponent, but.
The opponent is literally black anyways. So.
Yeah, well, it was gonna happen, but like they have like reason and stuff. Prince Rider for 5. So apparently the reason RFK chose his VP was because, since she's now on the ticket, can donate unlimited money to the campaign. Oh, good lord, is that the reason? That makes sense, but yeah, RFK is totally a legit guy, everyone. And that's why, like, unless it was Haley versus Biden, I will not vote for RFK. I don't trust him. Because you don't know what you're going to get. You're either going to get someone that's actually gives a shit, or you're getting just a partisan Democrat. That's, like, decent on, like, 2 issues. So. Breaking news. Nikki Haley selected as VP. True. Alright, anyways, folks, if you have any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, any more super chats and stuff, begin sending them now. The reason he announced VP was to get on the ballot in many states. Well, yeah, obviously there's, I think it's a bunch of southern states have laws on that. We need the VP to be announced. Alright, so, any, final thoughts, anyone?
No, not really. I still protest. I think Virginia should be closer than it actually is, and Arizona should be, further than what we have it at, but other than that, I think it's pretty accurate ratings.
Okay, ooh, we got a new poll from Trafalgar. Hold up. National poll from Trafalgar. Let me pull this up. So just brought this up. Breaking news, Trafalgar released a poll. I see that. Got it pulled up. And apparently you have Trump up by 3 against Biden nationally.
Nationally?
Yeah. That's with RFK getting 11%. Cornel West at 1.7. Stein's only at 1. I'm actually a bit surprised by that. That Stein's only at 1%. I really thought it would have been opposite. She would have been at like 2 or something. But,
I think the problem is that a lot of these progressives, they don't know who Stein or West are. So they're just not going to vote.
Some of them do, but...
Yeah, but probably not enough for them to get much higher.
Sam Mads for 5. Wisconsin Republicans under Walker passed a law that allows unlimited political contributions. That totally didn't backfire. Yeah, you want a reason for why Kelly lost? Look at that. He had a bunch of... The Democrats gave him infinite money, basically.
Can we get much higher?
The anvil. Yeah, someone's playing Minecraft in the background.
Hey, I just saw Donald Trump basically lashed out against Bill Cassidy on Truth.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Should have supported a primary challenger.
Hey, it's good. Well, I mean, he was up. Last election he was up in was like, what, 2020?
I guess,
That
yeah.
was stuff. So he'll support one for 26. Clay Higgins will be great, but probably not going to happen.
Hey, Rap, what do you think of Tulsi for VP? Make her Secretary of, like, Defense. Or, State. Or, hell, Veterans Affairs.
Okay, who would you guys rather be the primary challenger for Cassidy? Do you want Clay Higgins or what's the guy from Duck Dynasty?
Duck Dynasty. Honestly, a
Which
guy from
one?
Duck Dynasty.
Oh, I think
way,
it's
fun
Willie
fact, I
Robertson.
have a Duck Dynasty signed King James Bible.
Oh yeah, Willie Robertson. That's the son of.
I would support that for the memes.
I was gonna say you can't vote in Louisiana like this motherfucker. You're
honestly
from Wisconsin.
Honestly, I think Willie might run.
He might.
Alex
Alex
he's
Cook
a
for
hardcore Republican too, so.
yeah. Alex Cook for £2. No Hooters, no votes. Who's that guy on Twitter that says all the time? What's his name?
Hooters.
The Hooters thing. You know what I'm talking about? There's like that
He blocked me, so I can't. I don't
yeah,
remember.
the troll. He's like a troll and stuff. Well, I don't know if he actually believes. I don't freaking know, but it's freaking hilarious. All right. Anyways, folks, I think I'm going to end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy the stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. So we will be live tomorrow. We do have Super Tuesday 4. I think it starts at 7:50 p.m. Eastern.
Nick Adams, that's the guy.
Yeah. What's his name again?
Nick Adams.
Yeah, Nick Adams. But yeah, so tomorrow we will be live at 7:50 p.m. We got Connecticut, Delaware, New York, Rhode Island, Wisconsin, and runoffs in Arkansas and Mississippi. So, yeah. We'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you see me from. Godspeed.